Our friends were asking for a rototiller. They're gonna start growing some stuff at my mom's other property. So this one here, my uncle bought a new engine intended for the splitter, but it didn't have the power. So look how dusty this thing is. But, yeah, it didn't have the power, and then I wanted to put it on, so I put this on there, and that was stuck on there. I could not. I tried to get it off. I couldn't. If you had one of those tools, you probably could, but I wasn't able to get it off. So we tried to put it on the splitter. It was intended brand new for the splitter. It was on the splitter for a while, but now it's on here, and this rototiller is like 60 years old. My uncle said he found it somewhere when he was like 15 or 16. So he's had it pretty well his whole life. And this thing works like brand new. I found it in, see that, the red building, right there, there's another building, right behind that Clark, Michigan. And that's where I found this years ago, and then I tried to get it started with the engine that it had on it, and then that engine was junk. So I parked it, and then years later, put an electric motor on it, and then after that, we put this on there. And the original engine, I scrapped it. It was just not any good. Who's barking? So this thing is brand new. It should run fine, and we're gonna take it over to the other property with the quad and the quad trailer. Someone's howling over there, and yeah, it's in brand new shape. I painted it. For being a 60-plus rototiller, they really built these things right, because it's just this kind of a shaft, and it has a screw turn gear there, and then it turns these things. And then you also have this, and this rototiller works really well. I mean, you got adjustments like that. So. And with that engine is bigger than the original engine, and with a bigger engine on here, you can put an adapter and have another one of these, or even two of them on both sides. So this is a pretty useful machine, and it's a little bit too good for us, because my mom just pays a guy with a big rototiller about as wide as a quad to do the garden. So we almost never used it since then. So we're gonna take this, see if we get it going, make sure it runs okay, and then we'll take it. And these gas caps look terrible design. I mean, that thing is screwed up. See if I can find another one. This one doesn't work. It doesn't even go on there anymore. So let's try and just get it running. I'm sure it'll start just fine, but it may need fuel conditioner or something like that. But let's get it running and then test it, make sure it works, and then we'll take it to the other property. Might need a carburetor clean. Okay, let's take it to the shop, and I think the carburetor is just dirty. So we're gonna try some of this. This is starter fluid. So I think usually if you just spray a bit in there, that'll get these things going. Wow, the wind is strong. Put my tripod over. Gotta put it, I think, like that. Now that's not gonna blow over. You look at that. This stuff here, just a couple sprays of that and the engine runs. See if we can do something about this cap. This big chunky one is not a very good design. I do keep spares, so let's see if we can find another one. Not the best. I don't have a lot of options. I think this might be the only spare cap I have. But I'll check again and see if I can find something better. This cap here is off of a swather. Or, I think it's off of a swather anyways. It's a swather fuel cap. It fits pretty good for being a completely different purpose. Well, it's a fuel cap, but it's off of like an 80-year-old swather or something. I got some fuel conditioner just because this thing has been sitting for a while, so I'm gonna put some of this in it. That's probably more than you need, but no, it's not bad for it. So the reason I got this quad is because this one is a 420. It's bigger than my quad, and it has more power. It's a heavier machine. It's better for going on the road. And this here is a really good trailer. The only thing I don't like about it is this wooden thing doesn't look bad, but it's not that great. And also, it does not have any suspension. The axle is just welded to the frame. So what my plan is I'm gonna what I wanted to do is get some like leaf springs or something, and also it's too far forward because when you see the load, this is not center. So the center I think is like there, but even then this wheel should be back farther, so the weight, if there's weight on the back, it's not going to be pulling up on the hitch, and that's the problem it has. And also I could shorten the hitch, to maybe about here. So there's a couple things I want to do to it to make it better, and then it would make a really good trailer. So I don't know how, but the wind actually helped me film. See, it moved that way, and that's the wind. And then what is even more magical is it moved back the other way. So the wind, like I have the phone in an upside down mini tripod, and there's 3 flexible prongs that come up, and so the wind I think blew it and it moved a little, and somehow it followed me perfectly. It's like God was my cameraman or something. It's so weird. I got it tied in there, the bungee cord, and I don't think it'll go anywhere. And then because I don't have suspension, I just took all the air out of the tire, so now it's got like maybe about 4 psi in there or less. So it sways a little, but when you push down on it, that's the best I can do for a trailer that doesn't have suspension. Okay, so we're ready to go. Got the tripod this time and that rototiller and the quad. They said that there was 1 tree down over there, so I'm bringing the chainsaw with gas and oil. This is mixed gas and oil for burning, and this is for the chain. And this year's a new chainsaw, 2022. It's kind of impossible to film my way over there. So, but I'm going across the field that way, and then there's a public road that goes that way, and then the Vivian is like over there. So, yeah. And there's a nice storm coming too. I also got a helmet and glasses because the air comes pretty fast. Yeah, can't bring Rocky because he's a bit young for that. But she has lots of experience with riding in trailers. This thing is tied to the front. This doesn't really matter, but yeah. She rides in the backs of trucks and trailers all the time. So I guess I'll bring her. Usually we hide the key around here. So, and we can't find it. And we're kind of worried some maniac stole it. But we just misplaced the key or something. So I just brought another one. Just like that. So I forgot to get that seal last time, so we're picking it up with a trailer, and we can take it back home later. Okay, so this has got, I think, copper and brass in it, so this might be worth something for scrap. Or not much, but I'm gonna scrap that for money. And then this is usable. These two things are usable steel, so it's not a lot, but no, I'm just bringing it back with that. Because I should have gotten it last time, but I was kind of busy and kind of forgot to do it. Okay, so I've only had the block heater in for maybe about 10 minutes or 20 minutes. Let's see if it does anything. cleaned up. And they want to do something with the pine cones. So I just piled it. That stuff here. Nice and clean now. We got back. I actually never needed the chainsaw after all. I was able to just move that tree with the bucket. This here has some just that stuff. We bought a saw, I guess, and that stuff. But yeah, there's just some pine cones in there. If they dry out, they're good for the fire. And then I got some steel. Like this piece, I found this in a different area. You know, it's really good hardware steel. It's really nice and thick. And there's not too much. And then I'm gonna sort that, and I'll put this away later. Tripod got kind of dirty because I tied it on here in the mud. And those things don't have fenders. I should put fenders on there. Eventually, I'll do that. Yeah, this quad has and these I gotta put suspension on this because those bald tires really slow everything down, and it's harder for the quad. And so, well, also apparently, I just noticed that steel was rubbing on the. Looks like it was rubbing on the tire a bit. That could also be a problem. But yeah, so look at these two. Sophie's relaxing, and there's a little kitty here. That's kind of odd because Sophie usually mauls the kitty, but they sleep. They're sleeping. You sleeping? They're both sleeping. It's like 4 o'clock or 3 o'clock, but they sleep. You're so cute looking when you sleep. Little curled paw. Sophie sleeping right beside the kitty. Little friends. It's so weird. They don't usually do that. They don't usually sleep together. They used to though.